we are going to wirelessly make that bell ring. There we go. Let's ring a telephone with the world's tiniest dimmer. So this is an RC4Magic Series 3 DMX2micro. It is the size of my finger. It's a tiny little thing. And I want to point out we make one for the Lumen system also. Just as tiny, really nice. So if you're a Lumen radio user, you've got an option. I am going to demonstrate with our RC4Magic product, but all the steps are the same. So how do we make a telephone ring? An old Bell telephone like this, Bell system has always rung with a 80 volt, 80 to 100 volt, 20 hertz AC wave. Of course, all our dimmers are DC low voltage dimmers. So how are we going to do this? We've created some really cool firmware, and it's in all the Series 3 dimmers, that synthesizes an AC wave by ganging two dimmers together and alternating between them. So the alternation between two dimmers creates the alternating current concept. And then, of course, they both go in the same polarity, but we can convert that with a center tap transformer. And that's also how we're going to get it up to the 80 to 100 volts we need. So we'll run this whole thing wirelessly on a 12 volt power supply or a 12 volt battery. And then you could even build this into the telephone itself, and especially with a dimmer that's so tiny. So let's talk about the transformer for a minute. There's a diagram on this same page that explains it. Center tap on the secondary side, that's the low voltage side of the transformer. And then on the primary side, it's just what is normally the high voltage input. Transformer works backwards and becomes a high voltage output. How do we get the dimmer into the AC synthesis mode? We use RC4 Enhanced OneTouch, which is kind of new, so you're going to need current software to do this. And what we've done is we've given you access to every advanced special dimmer curve in this new enhanced method. So with a DMX level of 20 on a channel, you get ISL slow. On 21, you get ISL fast. On 22, you get linear. And from there, we get past those common ones and up through 10 or 12 really advanced ones, like how to do a servo motor that goes left, a servo motor that goes right. And we get up to a value of 30, that's the AC wave. So if we go to a DMX channel, set it to a value of 30, and then push the one touch button on a dimmer, we have told it to be in AC wave mode. So let's do that with this now. When you buy this little dimmer, it comes with a little cable harness. I've taken another one and set it up so it's optimal for this little demo. So we'll plug it in. It powers up. My transmitter's already there. It's in default mode right now, so I have just dimmers 1 and 2. You can see that on the indicators. Let's get it so you can see the LEDs. There we go. Dimmers 1 and 2, ISL, and that's not the mode we need. So let's use DMX channel 25. I'm going to go over to my console, and I'm going to bring it up to a level of exactly 30. The number really matters in enhanced modes. Specific numbers select specific curves and special modes. So here we are at exactly 30. And remember, it's two channels that are ganged, so you're setting it for the first of the two, and it is always in even numbered pairs, so we're setting A. There, I've set A, and right off, there is the two dimmers already doing an alternating. That is what you're seeing on the two green LEDs. That is the AC. And now over on that channel 25, we can actually change the amplitude of that AC wave. And it's running at 20 hertz, which is why you can see the blinking, and 20 hertz is the frequency you want for telephone bell. So now the next step, we need to get that connected to the transformer. On the wiring harness, either of the white wires, and then is the common, and that'll be the center tap on the transformer, and then the blue and the green are the negative going outputs of the two dimmers. So really easy. I'm just going to twist the wires on for this, but obviously if you're building for a show, you're going to want to be a little bit more detailed. Solder it or crimp it. Make sure you've got a solid connection that's not going to come apart, because otherwise you're going to call me and tell me your phone doesn't work, and I'm going to tell you the wires came apart. So let's not do that. Here we go, setting up on the two sides. And we now have AC going into the secondary side of an ordinary power transformer. And I'll plug the phone into the primary side. And if I've got this all correct, let's get it so you can see the LEDs too. We are going to wirelessly make that bell ring. There we go. So, just got to point out, it's magical. Tiny little transformer. You could even go smaller than this. Tiniest little dimmer. You could easily fit these two things inside a telephone. There's full of space in there. And now it's fully wireless. Tele-Q, basically. And also keep in mind, you don't have to run it wirelessly. If you want to use this technique with the AC wave, you can plug our DMX adapter into here. I think I've got one over here. DMX adapter, and do it that way. So now we turn off the transmitter and the data comes in here and you run it just like a Tele-Q. So there's your tiny, super versatile little device with the telephone ring mode. Super easy.